This is Kimmy Diamond, and welcome to Music Link with Kimmy Diamond, yours truly. Content brought to you by Music Arena. Okay, now coming at you with the first done, done, by myself. So this is gonna be a great episode. I cannot wait to dig in. So have y'all popcorn, beverages, anything that you want ready. And so we finna get into it. Now we finna start with bar time. Bar time is a segment of the show where we talk about singles that was recently released by artists. You know what I mean? Sometimes we do a throwback edition, but we are finna get into the bars that these artists says that we deem to be cool. And we finna start with In My Feelings by Joel Ortiz. Okay, and this is the first single that he put out off of his new album called the Autograph. I'm sorry, about to say autobiography. All right, so yeah, Joel Ortiz. All right, one of the OGs. Okay, so we finna start off with I put up numbers when I hold this mic, but I see I came up in the era where Hov was Mike. Now, I love this bar here because back then, especially around the time when Joel came out, because he been in the rap scene for a long time. Jay-Z was like Michael Jordan. Okay, so you know what I mean? So that's what this references was. And just simply saying how Hov was the man. He did not miss, was on his thing. He still don't miss, but this was around the time where Hov was like, Jay-Z was really hungry. You know what I mean? So that's what this references was, when putting up numbers. Of course, this is a basketball reference. And just saying how I've been on my game and I'm just really like hitting these threes. It's like shooting threes when I touch the mic. Okay. So that's what that bar was. And then the next bar, we have big rocks in my socks, all tied into small ziplocs. Fifth Glock on my hip and had them dancing before TikTok. Now, this bar right here, I love it. Okay. So, Big Rocks is a reference to, you know what I'm saying? You know, I can't really say the word, but you get what I'm saying. That street stuff. So yeah, it's tiny ziplocs. The fifth Glock on my hip had him dancing like TikTok. This of course is a street reference. You know what I mean? Just a night in the streets. Out there hustling, and you know what I mean. He got to make sure that he stay with it. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to break it down because I got to make sure this is PG-13. But but yeah, big rocks in my sock side. So you know what I mean? Just out there hustling. This is a hustling bar, but I love to play on words with rocks, socks, locks, glock. You know what I mean? Talk. And we all know that TikTok is a platform where we see all the latest dances from people and everything. So I love that play on words that he did there. Then next we have This Is How I Felt When the Ink Hit That Paper. Then minor league coaching advised me to leave the majors. So this is what I got from this. Okay. This is what I got from this. I got that, okay, the majors is not really doing what needed to be done here. And I felt like things are not going to be accomplished due to the fact that I am very restricted and things going by their time here. And of course, when it comes to like major labels, the obligation with the artist is not always 100%. So it's like, the it's not there, it's not there. The coaching, I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to go, and it just felt like you're not pushing me to get there. Things are held up and stuff like that, either from management, publishing or whatever in that world. When it comes to majors, there's always a holdup and some type of holdup. So it's like, okay, I just might as well just back out from this. So that's what I got from that bar. So again, shout out to Joel Ortiz. I'll be looking out for this album, bruh. I will be looking out for this album. So you want to go ahead, check that out. I don't know if he will be doing visuals for the song, but hopefully he does. So the next song we got is The Last 2 Minutes by Method Man. Oh my gosh, Method Man. I'm like, Method Man, I know you ain't gonna fail me, bruh. I know you ain't gonna fail me. Okay. So the recent single that he released. So the first bar we have, this hooks to drop him. This uppercut is to lift him. I pop that. That's apparent. Now call his parents to pick him up. Um, so I love this bar here, okay? Now, of course, hooks and uppercut, he is referencing the boxing here. And pop and parents. So I love what he did there. Pop him, now apparently his parents pick him up. So this is all really a boxing type of reference bar here. So I love it. I definitely love it. It's amazing, and I like how he just like did it like that with the play on words there. Next, we have F that period. Bed looked like a crime scene. Too many red eye flights. I need some Visine. Okay, so period. Menstrual cycle. Okay, bed looked like a crime scene. It looked bloody. Hopefully, I can say that word. Bloody. Too many red eye flights. Okay, and I need some Visine. Like, give me the eye drop so it don't look like I'm was so. So yeah, I love that bar that Method Man did there. Okay, and this was the second verse. Again, I already knew that Method Man wasn't gonna fail me. Next, you have you pay the cost, but don't even know what the price mean. Go harder for the limelight. Don't even know if the light green. Now, this is what I got from this bar right here. A lot of people, they just looking at the price, but doesn't understood value. There's a difference between price and value in some reason. I know it might not seem that way. I know it's kind of hard. It's a thin line between price and value here. So, that term where, hey, you get what you pay for. A lot of people don't know that because they just go head first and just trying to pay for it. And then go harder for the limelight, don't even know what light's green. A lot of people would do things to go viral and to be famous and stuff like that, and it's not even their turn yet. So that's what I got from that bar right there, and I love it because I'm like, well, shoot, you were OG and it needed to be said, Method Man. So again, shout out to Method Man. You know what I mean? Visuals for this single has not been released yet. It will be a cold visual due to the bars that I read. So I definitely will, will stay in tune. Hopefully he will release visuals for that. So shout out to Joel Ortiz and shout out to Method Man. And that will wrap up for bar time. Next, we have Flowers. Flowers is a segment of the show where we are giving either artists, producers, anybody who contribute to the rap culture their flowers so that their work is not unappreciated or underappreciated. Oh man, we got the QUEEN Latifah for the Flowers, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Yes. One of the pioneers. Okay, so of course we know she's from New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Jersey. You know what I mean? And she started beatboxing for the group called Ladies Fresh. Okay, this was when, around the, the beginning stages. And she was an original member of Flavor Unit. Ain't crazy because I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, kind of foreshadow what I'm going to get into here. Okay, if you know, you know. But she released her first album called All Hail the Queen back in 1989. Now, the singles from this album is Ladies First, Wrath of My Madness, Coming to My House, Mama Gave Birth to the Soul Children. Now, Ladies First was like the biggest memorable hit for Queen Latifah, and the song is featuring with Moni Love. Okay, now Queen Latifah started off with her music was basically just a women empowerment, saying, to the women that you are worth way more than the standards that this whole society is putting on you. You know what I mean? You are valuable. And that was really what Queen Latifah was pushing. That was like her standard in the music. And Wrath of My Madness, that song is so legendary that it was flipped by artists and stuff like that. So yeah, peak number 6 number 6 on U.S. top R&B and hip hop album charts on Billboard. And yeah, and then we have the third album called The Black Rain. Now, this was her most memorable and successful album to date. And it was released on November 16, 1993, with the singles of UNITYA and Just Another Day, Black Hand Side, Weekend, Love, Rough, and I Can't Understand. So, this album right here, till this day, you hear UNITY in radios, you know what I mean? And it was a big hit, and it definitely was needed. And if you know the song, you know the song, but the song is basically about, hey, don't call me out of my name. I'm worth more than that, you know what I mean? It was talking about, abusive relationships and, just being disrespected. And it's just like, you don't have to you can't disrespect me like that. And it was certified gold, and it peaked number 15 on the U.S. top R&B and hip hop albums. Okay, and yeah, so again, this was her biggest album today, and that was her third album. And then after that, she got into acting, of course, in TV and film. Living Single, one of my favorite TV shows to date. Then, of course, set it off her biggest performance that she was snubbed for. Okay. All right. That was Grammy worthy. All the awards you can think of was worthy. Okay. And, Last Holiday, my favorite movie. And, and Beauty Shop. She was even in Barbershop too. Yeah, and yeah, she became successful in the television and film, and then after rapping, she got into singing because she has a 2-octave voice to where she can rap and sing, and she have a lovely voice in both categories. And she co-produced the 2007 film The Perfect Holiday. And her music really resonated around hip hop, jazz, gospel, with R&B, soul, and dance components. Okay, so Queen Latifah, when we're gonna get personal, Queen Latifah is like one of my favorite female artists out there. Okay, she's the reason why I call myself the Queen personally. Okay, and she is the reason why I have high standards and how I just really just see myself as worthy and know my self-worth. She is the reason why, and she is the epitome of that you are worth more, have self-love, all that. She promoted all that through her music. You never catch Queen Latifah watering herself down and just shortening her standards or whatever just to fit in or whatever. She's been the same ever since then, and I respect that. And and of course that's my favorite. She's my favorite. So again, shout out to Queen Latifah. Okay, so yeah, give her her flowers, man. Give her her flowers. Y'all better give her her flowers, okay? All right. All right, the next segment we're finna get into is biz after music. Okay, so this is where we talk about either endorsements, investments, anything that these rappers are into as of recently, and just acknowledge that because you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You feel me? So we finna talk about NLM Gino. Okay. He just released a label called Campaign Music. Okay, so he is destined. His desire is to bring better light into Chicago, and this label is really about artist development. That's his goal. Okay, he signed Kid Codeine in L.A. Lamart. Hopefully, I pronounced that word right. But he want to offer job opportunities for local artists and, just teach different elements of the music business. So that's is his main goal there, and his attention, like I said, is to bring positive light to Chicago. This is a good idea, and this is a good deal, especially when when you're from a city where so when you around destruction and chaos, you just want to go out your way to do something better, and just to change the atmosphere of your city. And I do admire that, and I definitely want to make sure that he's acknowledged. So that's why he's on this episode, because that is a very huge deal. Okay, so shout out to NLM Gino. Okay, keep doing your thing, and I really hope that this label and all of your and you achieve this. I really hope so. We got Master P next. We got Master P with Big Papa's Burgers. He thinking about opening up in Nashville. Yes, Big Papa's Burgers. He was thinking about it, and I said recently in the previous videos how Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee is like Master P's second home. So he was thinking about opening up a restaurant out there, which is cool. So, which is very cool. And this was opened back in 2019, and it was named after his grandfather. So this is a big family deal. And his signature meals is make them say burger. Okay. Okay. And Big Papa's Louisiana chicken and waffles. Okay. So that's the signature meals from this restaurant here. And again, shout out to Master P. We already know that when it comes to Master P, he would do anything for the community. He just put the weight on his shoulders for the community just to help them out. And of course, he's a pioneer. So again, shout out to Master P and LMG. Now keep doing y'all thing here. Next, we're going to get into compare and contrast here. So this is a segment that we do here that either artists, producers, probably something different in the future here. And we just compare and contrast. They might be similar. They might deem to be similar. However, they are different. Okay. Boss and Yo-Yo. Okay. Where my West Side ladies at? Okay, Boss and Yo-Yo. Okay, so all right, so they both, grew up in LA. Okay, all right, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And they both contributing to West Coast gangster rap. Okay, they both was talking that gangster stuff here. All right, so let's get into Boss real quick. Now, Boss, she was born in Detroit. However, after graduating high school, she went to LA. And she was signed to Def Jam West. She was signed to Def Jam West. And she was discovered by associates of DJ Quick. Okay. And Born Gangsters was the album, her only album, and her first album to date. However, it was memorable. Okay. There's some songs on there that is played in TV shows and all that, Drive By is my personal favorite song. I know that sounds crazy, but it's my personal favorite. Okay. And her music was extremely hardcore. Okay. Extremely hardcore. Like, she was rapping in a tone and in the space where a lot of dudes like rapping, and she was one of the first ones to do it. It was like, man, one of the first ones. Okay. And she worked with Eric Sermon, James, Jam Master Jay, you know what I'm saying? So, she was really like working with the greats. Okay. And this was her first only album. All right. Next, gonna get into Yo-Yo. She was signed to East and West America. Well, East-West America, not East and West. I'm sorry. And she is the female protege of Ice Cube. Okay, so that was the deal. And her music promoted women empowerment, just really knocking down misogyny and sexism, in the world, especially hip hop. And she released 4 albums in her career, and she crossed over to acting. Now, I know y'all remember her as Key Lolo and Martin. She was on New York Undercover and Moesha. Like, she crossed over to that in the acting world, and she's very good at acting, And these two ladies right here, okay, these two ladies right here, when it comes to the West Coast music, especially as females, they are the first ones to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I have to make sure that they are acknowledged, and we got to make sure that they are acknowledged because they was the first one to do it, especially out here in the West Side. You know what I'm saying? So, and they both came out in the 90s as well. All right. So, again, shout out to Boss, shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That West Side stand up. Next segment that we got is returning to the Capsule. This is a 2001 edition. Okay. 20 years. All right. All right. 20 years. Okay. So, this segment, you just gonna dig into the albums, you know what I mean? Do some personal touches on it. Okay. First, we got The Reason by Beanie Mac. Okay. All right, The Reason by Beanie's. There you go. Okay. It was released on June 26, 2001. Okay. And the singles is Beanie Mac Beat. I Move Blocks. No, just and Think is a Game, okay? It peaked #1 on U.S. top R&B and hip hop albums, and it was his second album. Now, Get Down is personally my favorite song on the album, okay? All right, produced by Just Blaze. Just Blaze went crazy on that song, okay? With the scratches, the DJ scratches, and you know what I mean, even some samples from songs where, you know what I'm saying, that was on the Rockefeller roster, you know, which I find that he did that very smooth and very cool. Like, oh my gosh, man. Like, yo, this was around, you know, Just Blaze prime. Well, this was around Rockefeller's prime period. But, you know, Just Blaze, man, when it comes to that production, I tell you, we talked about Just Blaze as of recently. When it comes to Just Blaze and that music production, he does not play. It's always hot fire every time. Every single time. You know what I mean? Just Blaze did that. Okay. And and for this to be his second album, I mean, when it comes to Beanie Mac, he's definitely one of those pioneers. Came from an era when it comes to hip hop, man. You gotta come with it. And when it comes to Beanie Mac, he's a bully when it comes to the mic. He bullies the mic when it comes to bars, the flow, the delivery, man. Like, golly, man, this was around a good time. So shout out to Beanie Mac and The Reason. Okay, so again, man, if you like a 2000 baby or whatever, because you know you was 1 year old, you damn sure wasn't listening to no Beanie Mac. Listen to that if you're a real hip hop. If you're a real hip hop baby, go listen to that. And I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, dang, like you would think that Bean's talking to you. Okay, so that's the first one. And secondly, we have Broken Silence by Fox Boogie, Foxy Brown. Okay. So this is her third album, all right? It was released on July 17, 2001, 5 days after my birthday. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, the singles from this album is Oh Yeah, BK Anthem, and Candy. Okay. And it peaked #3 on U.S. top R&B and hip hop albums, and it was certified gold. Personally, from this album, I said this is when she got back to, like, you know what I mean, the Il Nana era, sort of, kind of, you know what I'm saying. But this was definitely like, in my opinion, the Il Nana Part 2. You know what I'm saying? And this was her third album. But yeah, besides Il Nana, this is like her second best album, of course. And personally, oh yeah, I like the touch of, you know, the Caribbean side, you know what I mean, because, you know, I'm Belizean, so, you know, oh yeah, it definitely touched with my Caribbean roots. The BK album, BK Anthem was definitely a hard song there. Of course, she put it on for Brooklyn. You know what I mean? She's from Brooklyn, so she definitely put it on for Brooklyn one time. with that song. And the video was hard. It was like doing like it had like a camcorder effect. It was hard, you know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to Foxy Brown. Next, we have Deuces and Trays, the old-fashioned way by I don't know where. Do y'all like my? I don't know what accent is that. But other than that, yeah, it was released on July 31st, 2001. It's their second album, okay, and their last studio album. And only one single was released from this album. Your name, I Love It, which is one of my favorite songs by them. Okay, now I know I'm gonna get to that in a second, but it picked number one on U.S. top independent albums and number two on U.S. top R&B and hip hop albums, and number four on U.S. Billboard 200. It was certified platinum in the U.S. Okay, all of these RIAA certified is in the U.S. Okay. Yeah, I know what y'all saying. I know what y'all finna say. You look just like that dude. Yes, because that's my father. Okay. Hi, Dad. Yes. I know y'all gonna say about time. Well, I had to wait. I had to make sure everybody get theirs first. Anyway, but yeah, I Love It. It's like one of my favorite songs. It was the only song around that time. Again, this was 2001. I was 3 years old around the time. This was the only song by the East Siders that I was even able to hear and listen to. Okay, so yeah, this song was cool, especially the radio version. I can hear that. You know what I mean? Because they was talking about other stuff and I was 3 years old and I couldn't even hear that. But but when I got older, of course I could play it. So give them their coins. So that is that for this show. Again, are y'all excited for Joel Ortiz's album coming out? How do you feel about Method Man's recent single? What's your favorite song by Queen Latifah and her favorite acting role by Latifah? Which one's your favorite? And also, you know what I mean? NLM Gino, you know what I mean? Let me know your thoughts on that. Have you tried Big Papa's Burgers before by Master P? If you did, you know what I'm saying, comment, let us know. And then, Boss and Yo-Yo, you know what I mean? Off of Born Gangsters, what's your favorite Boss song on there? And, by Yo-Yo, what's your favorite acting role by Yo-Yo? What's your favorite song by Yo-Yo? And what's your favorite song off The Reason by, Beanie Mac, by Beanie Siegel? Your favorite song by Broken Silence, off of Broken Silence by Foxy Brown, and what's your favorite song off of Deuces and Trace, the old-fashioned way? And then, so, let us know, and that is it for Music Link with Kimmy Diamond. Content brought to you by Music Arena. Y'all have a good day, okay? So I'm going to see y'all the next one. Bye.